What is going on, everybody? Today we're going to take a look at a case of Jump to Lightspeed regular booster boxes, asking ourselves, is it worth it to open up a case of this product? And we're going to do it here, because, well, there are a lot of new people, I think, joining SWU during this set Jump to Lightspeed. There are a lot of people just hopping into the game, and a lot of people ask what they should get, whether they should get, what they should get, if they should get, all those questions. So we're going to open up an entire case here of Jump to Lightspeed. Again, regular booster boxes, just so you can see what you get, right? There's been plenty of videos on all the fancy Carbonite stuff, but Carbonite won't be around forever. Nor is it, a price that everybody can afford. So we're going to take a look at what a full case, again, of Jump to Lightspeed does for somebody. So I'm going to get everything prepped here. I'll see if we can get a couple people to join the stream. I thought about, doing a cool, fancy, fun, edited video for this. And I was getting stuff ready, and I thought, you know what? Let's just do it live. Do it live, let some people come hang out. I need to open some boxes to fill a couple of play sets that I've sold, which is kind of the big reason I'm working through these right now. And I thought, well, we'll see what we get. So we're gonna pull all the hits, at the side, and at the end, of course, you'll have a good chance to take a look and decide for yourself if you think it was worth it and or not worth it to get a case of regular booster packs. Of course, we're not going to be able to find any of the, crazy wild fancy prestige cards, but if you are the kind of person who's actually looking to play the game, you're going to be getting all of those cards you need to play. So, one last wrapper, and then without further ado, we're just going to start rocking and cracking. Seeing what kind of fun we have. Total random stream. I decided I was going to stream like 10 minutes ago. And I said, let's go for it. Let's just go for it. So I got a whole tower of boxes. You can't see there now. We're going to crack into box one. Hello to the 3 people who are watching live. What's going on? Wish us some luck. And kind of, I guess biggest thing to know is that whether it's worth it to get a case or one box is a very different question. And my opinion, this is just my opinion, but I kind of feel like if the answer is no, it is not worth buying a box or a case. I think if the answer is no to either of those two questions, then there's there's a problem. Problem with the set. Set is not where it should be. But that's my opinion. I know not everybody would agree with me on that. I think the answer should be a resounding yes. A resounding yes, if you want to count a set as a success. And I think, for me, that resounding yes should be not just on the big fancy stuff, but it should be on your regular core product booster box. So that is what we are hoping to feel like by the time we get done with this. I'm going to see if I can fit all the legendaries and hopefully showcases. Hopefully we find a couple showcases along the way. But these old hyperspace ones, they're going to get in the way, aren't they? Again, I'm sorting everything like full sort because I do want to make some play sets, and if I don't full sort it, then bad things happen. Then you got to resort again, and that's no fun. No, I will say, even as Mr. Hondo comes up, even as I say that I'm doing this to make play sets, I don't necessarily believe that should be your goal when you're opening boxes. I know it can be a nice little out sometimes, but I don't think it's the #1 reason why you should or shouldn't be opening boxes. Oh man, if you're trying to decide, EV and stuff on a box, please please, if you're trying to make that decision, if you have to count the playset into your EV to make it worth it for you to do, then it's potentially not worth doing. Let's put it that way. Put it that way. Of course, that's a, bigger, more fun, exciting topic. Maybe we could go through at some point. I was thinking about it today, and I was like, ooh, I could talk a lot about that, and I decided, I don't want to get too crazy in there. James says he's seen a high L count in other single box openings. Eager to see how a case averages out. So far, from the ones that I have opened, they have averaged out pretty even. At least, I'm talking about the normal non-foils. They have averaged very, very much, to 5. So, and they've been pretty consistent within the case. Now, of course, I haven't opened millions of cases or anything like that, but I have found, so far anyways, if you get a box has 7 of the normal ones in it, and then the next one has less and whatnot, they've evened out pretty well. But, by the end of this, we're going to have a really good vision of what you get from a full case, Lightspeed. That's our second hyperspace card of the day. Joshua says set's pretty good and will be viable still after rotation. Now, of course, that definitely helps. Right now, if you're going to choose a set of Star Wars Unlimited to get, you want to probably choose a set that's going to blow stuff up. Right now, you probably want to choose a set that you can use for a good amount of time. Oh, we want the hyperspaces there. Okay. And, right now, jump to Lightspeed, that's the one with everything else rotating out at the next rotation. I should say the first rotation. These are going to be the only ones that you can pick up right now that are going to last for a decent amount of time. So that, of course, is a consideration for sure. Radis. I did things a little bit differently this time around. The last few sets, I went kind of playset craziness on them, building playsets and whatnot. This time I decided to only build playsets on request, which of course has meant I've sold many less than I had for some previous sets, but it has saved my hands a lot. My hands have not been, put to too much strain. So after doing that a few times, things get pretty wild. Ooh, there's a cool red 5. Yeah, things get pretty wild. That and yeah, playsets, they're an interesting thing. I'll throw out one random. There's a little Chewbacca foil. One random way I could describe playsets, depending on how you do them, depending on the game, depending on how everything works out. But a lot of times building playsets kind of feels like working minimum wage, except to do the work for the minimum wage, you actually have to pay, a few $1,000s just to be allowed to do the work, and you don't always know that you'll get those few $1,000s back. That's kind of how building playsets can feel sometimes. So that's one thing. If you're counting on the playset being your big go-to thing, Ghost coming in. That's just take it or leave it. Take it for what you want it to mean to you. But anyway, so we're not going crazy on playsets, but we're gonna try and go crazy on Legendary's Devastator coming in. I've had some decent luck on Devastator so far. That is number 6 here in box 1. Now you can already tell this is going to be maddening for me because I want to do the sort. But I also want to show you guys all the cool cards. And doing those two things at the same time on this little screen is going to be difficult. So I might zoom out a little bit here so I got some more space to show you stuff. Um, let me finish this box. I'm going to toss the box even before it's finished. Oh man, so one thing for the playsets, what you can do, you know, some people are going to be super amazing and always get the numbers in the exact order and everything for you. But Mr. Foil Salvo, you know, another way you can do it is, I mean, obviously you want to be sorting everything by color and all that jazz. But if you just focus on sorting it by the names of the card, I don't think most people get too upset if you have a couple of cards slightly out of order. And most important thing is you get all the cards in there. And yes, looking at that little tiny number can be painful sometimes. So that is box one. I'm going to move the camera up I'm going to move it up a little bit. It's going to get weird. It's going to be fun. Fear not. Fear not. But that way we're going to, let's see here if we can do this without being too, whoa. Okay, actually bad idea. Bad idea doing it that way. I'm going to take the camera off the stand first. And whoa, you're going to float through the air. Whoa. Whoa. How's that? Okay, now I'm going to move this a little bit. And I'm going to get a slightly higher view so that we can see more legendaries all at once. All at once. We're going to try and get it straight on. It's not going to be perfect. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's going to do wild things. Power cord is not got enough reach. Give us more reach. Come on. Come on. Good stuff. Look at that. You get to see a little bit of the background there for a second. A little bit of the wildness. Let's... Oh, man. I know you guys are just waiting. You're just waiting for that wildness to happen. I'm actually going to move the boxes so I don't have as much trouble moving things around. We'll come in with box two, and actually because I'm just doing this for me, I don't even need to have the boxes up there, do I? I just keep them down. So this will give us a little bit more room. We'll move row one. That's all from box one. We had one foil and a bunch of others. And then we're going to keep cooking. Going to keep on cooking. I'm going to cover up this playmat so you can't see none of it. Oh man, I wish I had just a tiny bit more space. Then I could put more of these off camera. Oh man, that rare. How did that rare get in the wrong spot? That's our only rare hyperspace. Which means Cassian's in the wrong spot. We're going to move him. I need more Cassians. He's one of the rares I was missing a bunch for. We may not get every single card here in the picture all the time, but that's part of life. Radiant Foil Millennium Falcon. How's it going, everybody? Hope you're all having a great Thursday afternoon, morning. There's probably not that many people who are on Thursday mornings still, but some of you I know you're in your evening time. Now, of course, it is going to really help us if we can get a showcase in this case. Eevee and everything for Star Wars, it can be quite challenging over especially the larger amounts that you open, that you don't get a showcase. Missing on one box, 2 boxes, 3 boxes is not the end of the world, but if you open up 6, 12. One time I think I went, I made a video on it. Did I go like 30 boxes without seeing a showcase or something like that? That was very sad. Very, very sad. Oh man, there we go. Right there in the chat. Two cases with 0 showcases. Yep, that can be rough. There's Sabine. Oh, I like Sabine. That is the one, big challenge here with Star Wars Unlimited is the showcases and how they suck up the value, and how they can kind of be a deterrent. That's a really cool one. They could be a deterrent for people opening the boxes. And it is one of the reasons, I mean, one of many reasons, I think, that actually if they had put more, or any, I should say any, if they'd put prestige cards in the regular booster boxes, it would spread out a little bit more of those big chase hits. So you're not looking for 1 in 12 to get one, some sort of a big hit, but you would have just another layer of possibility to hit something decent in your regular booster boxes, making them just a better option, a better buy for people. And man, I know, of course, once you introduce serialized cards, then you don't want to put them in your regular boxes, because then you can't print any more regular boxes, because you've had serialized cards in it, you can't reprint those. I understand the difficulties, I understand the challenges, but Mr. Starhawk, where there's a will, there's a way. Make things happen. There we go. We got only 2 so far here, and this is the second, or full, like, you know, first half of this box too. And well, we're looking good, at least. I'm gonna expect somewhere in here we get a box that's missing, you know, at least one legendary. Let's see here in the chat. Open a showcase Bulba in set 1. Nothing interesting since. Granted, only doing 2 boxes per set. Makes sense. Makes sense, Shadowcaster. Though, I mean, you're ahead of me, I would say, even on that front. I don't think I opened a Bulba back in set 1. I mean, it's been a whole year. I know I didn't open one for me. That's for sure. But I opened a lot of boxes. A lot of boxes of set 1. And 2. AT Hauler and 3. Hello everybody just joining us. We got our Annihilator in. Oh, there's a big flash on the screen. I don't know what that was. We're doing a full case here. Again, if you're just hopping on, I'm opening this case to fulfill some playsets that people have ordered. I'm only doing the playsets by request, except I think I have on my website, you know, I got a couple of common and uncommon playsets listed, but rare playsets and legendary playsets only upon request. I'm not trying to build a ton of those out unless somebody asks for them. So if that is something you're interested in, because you don't want to touch opening all these boxes, you can send me an email, mastersetmadness@gmail.com, and see if we can get one put together for you. Foil Planetary Bombardment. I have also had a few people ask me about hyperspace cards and different things they want to get for me, or from me. If you do have a list, or if you want any of those cards, you should send me a list sooner than later. I already have a queue of a few different people who have sent me lists of what they want, and I'm just gonna fill them out as best as I can, as quick as I can, in the order that I receive them. I mean, I always had the dream. I've had this dream with any card game that I've been involved with. Star Wars, Flesh and Blood right now, and sometimes I dabble in a little bit of Magic. But I've had that dream of having all of the cards available, so you can just, you know, send that list, get what you want, all from the same person, same time, all that fun jazz. There's Cassian. Come on, give me a few more of those. But man, it is difficult to keep up with that. Very, very difficult to keep up with that. And you know, be able to sell it at the prices that make it worth actually doing the work to keep it that intense. Far, far more difficult than I'd ever hoped. Draven. I need Dravens as well for my playset. Let's see here. Ooh. What do we got here? Face Off, No Escape, Punch It. If new effigy estimate is 1 of 5 packs having an L, you should end up with 1920 regular. Feels like you're gonna blow past that. Someone correct me. Is it actually 1 in every 5 packs? And there's that nice home 1, or is it 1? Or is it? I thought it was 5 per box, but again, maybe I am misinterpreting that. Now again, that number is for just the non-foil version. So right now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 12 and we're in box 3. I think we'll probably end up at 15 here by the end of the box. And then that would be right on the money. Cool Mandalorian. Because in a cases have 6 boxes in it this time around. So you should be expecting to get about 30 in a case. Of the non-foil, normal, regular version ones. And man, you sure hope though by the time you get to the end you actually have a higher number than that. Because you need some foils and some hyperspace ones. And some whatchamacallit, hyperspace foils. You gotta get something, or else it's like total wash. If you miss on those and you miss on a showcase, well, sad day. Very, very sad day. So far we've only gotten the next lowest level with the regular foil ones. We have 2, that one's a foil and that one's a foil. I know it's going to be tricky to see on the screen with how much chaos we have on it right now. See if we can clean something up between boxes here or whatnot. Let's see here. Jordan, how do you determine prices on a full playset? I mean, I do it just with my own kind of calculations based on how many boxes it's going to take me to open a set. Based on how much I have to pay to open the set, and then from there, you know, how much time it takes to actually put a set together. I think that's one thing that a lot of people kind of miss out on, is just the amount of hours it takes to build a bunch of play sets. It could take a long time, especially when you have bigger sets like this. It just is not a super fast process. That's our first Death Star plans, but you know, we were kind of okay with that before, Mr. Jaeger. Oh, we're gonna run out. We'll have to fix this. So, you know, for me, I mean, like on and again, this is where I don't think you should calculate like a common and uncommon playset price into what you do. It's kind of fun, that Tyrium, I like that. S, where am I gonna put S? I'll put it with the rares. And that ace. The challenge with like common and uncommon ones is, again, I kind of mentioned it before, but those especially, like sometimes depending on, like if you let's use Twilight of the Republic as an example, right? My goodness, you have to you need that common and uncommon playsets. You need those to sell for you to make anything or kind of even half break even on a box of Twilight of the Republic based on what people want to pay. And I mean, the problem with that is, like, you know, most people don't want them right now, or they already have them. And there's so many people with so much. It's like, if someone's going to build a common and uncommon playset and sell it for 30 bucks, like for me, that unity of purpose, for me, it's like, sure, it's a fine price to take for the cards themselves, but it's just not worth the time for me to do that. Because by the time you go through all the work of all the sorting and all the building and everything, and then you pay for the shipping and you pay for the box you put things in, and you pay for the sleep, or the team bags and everything, it's like the amount of time that you put towards that, you could put towards so many other things, that it's like, why? It's just not worth it, you know? And so Mr. Gideon, I thought we were going to get something. And I totally get it from like a buyer's perspective. Obviously, you go for the best price you can get. The problem is kind of in the TCG realm and space, there are a lot of people. Maybe they do it once, maybe they do it a lot. A lot of people willing to do a lot of things that are either negative value for them or just not a whole lot. And I mean, the best, simplest example, Mr. Shadowcaster, of that is just look at people selling stuff on TCG Player for a penny, or 2 pennies, or 3 pennies, or, you know, you pick your number down in the low penny mark, and it is like the cost to literally go and find the card is not worth the price that they sell it for. It's like, it's just not worth, it's literally not worth your time to go. One, to list the card, let alone to then store it somewhere and then go back and find it again and do it. Like, it's just, it's mind-boggling. And, you know, I mean, that's a pretty obvious spot, but that very easily gets extrapolated into many, many things in how people work in the TCG realm, because people love cards. A lot of us, you know, we love cards. And it sounds fun to, let's build a bunch of play sets and do some crazy stuff. And then, you know, depending on what you're doing, you get, I mean, I've been in it before where it's like, okay, I am 12 hours into building play sets and working on selling them stuff. And then sometimes you get the message and you're like, you know, you make a price. It's like, okay, we'll try and sell it for this. And then people are like, oh, I don't want to pay that much. It's like, okay, I'm just not going to do it. At that point, you know, it's like my hands hurt. I just spent all this time. I mean, I still got a bunch of sets from Jump to Lightspeed just sitting there, you know, not really doing anything on it. So, especially then when it comes to rares and whatnot, like, man, at that point, you're really taking a much bigger risk on trying to build a lot of different play sets for things. You know, with Star Wars Unlimited, you don't have a machine that can do it for you, you know, like Magic or something. But, I mean, a really good case in point with all this, too, is you can just look at different TCGs, look at how many stores will sell you singles or boxes or different things, and then compare that to the amount of stores that will sell you a playset. There are two very large different numbers there. And that's because a lot of places, you just kind of get pushed out. There's like a minimum amount of people who can do the playset thing and make it profitable. And I don't even mean profitable like you make $1 million, but like profitable as in you don't, waste your time doing stuff. So I don't know. Who knows how longer I'll be making playsets for Star Wars. Let's see here. Yes, I am on box 3. Now I'm on box 4. I didn't actually fix anything on the screen, so you can't see, or you can't see more, but I haven't found anything yet in box 4 here. Let me get Kat up here. Let's see here. Yeah. Let's see here. Do you ever lose the magic of opening packs when you have to open thousands for your store? Yeah, I've talked about this before. It is not the same experience. Put it that way. It is not at all. Look at that. That's cool. It's just not the same experience when you're opening one box for yourself or a case for yourself, or if you're opening, 1,000 packs for your store. And, if you've seen my channel, I have opened thousands of packs. Or if you see the boxes behind me, I have done that. And so, yeah, it's definitely a different experience, different feel. You look at all of it in a very, very different way. If you want to optimize your fun, in a TCG, probably not opening thousands of packs is the way to go. You're going to totally optimize your experience of it. It's like anything. It's like anything. The more you do it, the more common it feels. Is that the right word? Just the more you kind of get used to it, Like, I'm at the point where I've opened so many bad boxes that when I see a bad box, it doesn't affect me as much because I know, okay, well, there's bad boxes, and, I've opened a ton of bad boxes at this point. Same thing when I open, like, a pretty good box. Like, it has to be really, really good, really, really good for it to, like, surprise me. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely is a different feel. I still think like the most fun from opening a box, sit down with some friends, open a few packs, do sealed, draft, something like that. That's where you're gonna get like absolute most excitement. Look at that Invincible again coming, and then Moff Gideon. Okay, that is the first one of these, and it took 4 boxes. 4 boxes to get a rare hyperspace foil. There we go. There you go. Me going to my LGS counter to pick up 75 cents worth of cards that took them $10 of man hours to collect from the warehouse. Exactly. Exactly. The best then is you do that. You got to ship it. Right? You ship it. And then they're like, well, there's a tiny, tiny little dot in the top right corner. And so then you got to do a customer service, email, fun stuff too. And you're just like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Man. Annihilator. I was thinking about that a little bit too, today, and it's like, of all the little things, like the time, think about all the hours that get spent by game stores, everything, like all the people working on all these little kind of minute details to get a, to move a bunch of 25-cent or less cards around. Imagine the profundity if you put all of those hours and man hours towards them generating more players for the game and for the games. And I think it's a really interesting thing. I'm just going to say interesting that, man, there's so much conversation and time going into how can you turbo salvo everything. No, how can you maximize, optimize, bulk or different things, or I don't know, little tiny things in the space. There's so much of that compared to, like, I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen, maybe I'm just missing the wrong things or something, but I don't think I've ever seen a YouTube video or even heard anybody talk about it where it's like, hey, this is why you should hire somebody for your game store whose sole job is to get more people into the store. Like, their sole job is to run around and actually build your community. Now, I'm not saying that's not something that places don't have, right? I mean, they have people who manage events and stuff and different things, but if you would take some people, like what does that say? What is the weirdness when it's like, man, it's worth more to have somebody scrounge around with a bunch of 25-cent pieces of paper, 10-cent pieces of paper, than it is to have, you know, every hour somebody who's getting a new person into your store. I don't know. Or getting a new person into the game. I don't know. I don't know what's up. Roskian, welcome back. Long time no see. If that's Fire Spray Hyperspace, that's cool. Where was I putting them? I put them in a rare slot. Just because. Oh no. Oh no, we had some dropped frames. Come on. Come on. Same time as the last time the frame started doing the drop edge. Is about 30 some minutes in. Boo. Boo. Well, you know, at least I'm opening these for myself, so no worries. Come on. Come on. Be a friend. Don't you drop it. Don't you drop it. Oh, do I gotta turn off the face cam? Is that what's gonna be doing it? I'll turn off the face cam for a second. See if that changes anything. Oh, they're still dropping. Face cam, no help on that. I know. You probably can't even see that cool hyperspace card, but it's cool. Oh man, I can't really stop for too long. We got too many sets to build. I got too much work. No love from the internet. I fully blame the internet. Maybe that means something good is coming. If that's what it takes, to get something good, then we'll work with it, huh? Another salvo. Now this is sad though. This is sad. Somebody's asking in the chat as well. So we're this far in. We're into box 5. We have 0 Vaders. And we have 0 Han Solos. So a very good case in point to check out for people is that, you know, just because you open a whole case doesn't mean that you're going to have any luck on getting a wide variety in that legendary slot. It is not guaranteed by any means, any way, shape, or form. We got 3 Shadowcasters. None of those. We only have 1 Devastator, 2 Bombardments. We did have a foil Bombardment. But no Solos and no Vaders. Lots of upside down cards. See there, is that? I feel like it's working a little bit better, huh? I can't always tell because it's a little bit behind there on the picture. You know, at least this gives us more space. We could put more there. Ooh, our second rare hyperspace foil. Still dropping. Still dropping. Come on. What if Radiant Legendary? What if we pull that little plug? Maybe it just is not as nice. It should be. So many wrong things happening with this. That charging thing stopped charging. And the internet stopped working. Jordan, I hope you get some good pulls too. I hope you get some amazing pulls in your 3. Lies with an excellent connection. Super lies. Tired of the lies, computer. Okay. Here we go. You know, it does make it easier to find those uncommons when they're all upside down. The problem, of course, is they aren't always upside down. Houndstooth, so many of those. Man, this is when you start to get scared, though. You're moving into box. Almost going to be moving into box 6 here. Still no showcase. No showcase yet. And again, the low numbers on Annihilator. The low numbers on Solo Invader do not feel super good. They do not feel super good. I don't think I've seen too many boxes, at least in the non-foil or normal legendary slot, where you're getting duplicates. So at this point, we're kind of just hoping just one. Kind of just hoping one. What's going on, Justin? You know what? I wasn't supposed to be live. Literally just 10 minutes before I started streaming, I decided to go live. So I just, you know, last minute chaos. Last minute chaos while I finish out. I needed to open some cards for some playsets for some people. Oh man, wonder if I bring back the face cam, is bad things gonna happen? Let's try it. Because I gotta throw the box, and it's no fun throwing the box if nobody can see me throw the box. Oh my goodness, I turned it on and it went super angry immediately. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There is no reason it should be so bad. The things you try and do. Maybe I gotta switch internet providers or something. That doesn't sound fun. I get tired of having to do that. You just want one that just works and makes it awesome. So I am in box 6. Here, there's a couple of legendaries back behind my head. You can't see on the screen. Otherwise, we're moving into box 6. We have 0 showcases. This is actually turning out to be kind of terrible. We have 0 hyperspace legendary of any kind. And yeah, it's starting to feel dangerous. It's starting to feel very dangerous. So, I mean, yeah, this will give... We'll go through all the legendaries and everything at the end, of course, but this will give you a great picture if it's worth trying this or not. I always say you gotta kind of look at one of the not as great cases and decide, are you okay with that experience or not? This is starting to feel like this belongs in one of my 1,000 pack videos, because that's kind of what happened the last time we did that. This is uncommon. Another profundity. B-Wing. Yeah, this is no bueno. Yeah, this case is no whatever. I mean, I did open some boxes off screen yesterday and whatnot. I did get a showcase from there. So this was the off-screen showcase hit. I'll let you guys, you know, on that one. We did not roll super well. No 20s being rolled here, but we did find another Cassian. As I can fill that playset out. Oh man, Starship stuff. We're down the last half of a box. Probably be everybody's favorite showcase. Yep. Oh man. Yeah. Okay, we're coming in. Yeah, we got another planetary bombardment. At least something. No Hans, no Vaders. One Devastator. And like, 8-ish packs left. We are out in Lake Country. So this is, again, 100% if you're going to open up stuff like this, you're always taking a risk. Absolutely always taking a risk. Another foil legendary, Unity of Purpose. Now everybody's going to want to get boxes because they know I've opened up all the bad stuff, right? I got the Rose out of the way. We got the No Vader case out of the way. No super fun stuff here. No solos. Man, TIE Interceptor looks pretty cool though. But yeah, I mean, I feel like, man, Star Wars, I mean, it's fun opening the packs. Don't get me wrong. But sometimes it almost feels more risky the more you're opening than the less. And obviously there's a larger amount on the line, but feels like, with 1, 2 boxes, 3 boxes, even if you miss on those, not that big of a deal, but man, missing on cases and multiple cases is very difficult. And it's funny because, well, I mean, this is the last pack. Obviously, it's all changed a ton because I felt complete opposite with Spark of Rebellion. Man, back then it was like, give me any box I could get. Crack it open. Scramble Fighters is our last legendary. Oh no, look at that. An entire case. No. We were denied fun. We got the fun denial. Okay, let me move some stuff here. We'll give you some numbers here on this case. Man, look at how many. You get a ton of legendaries. Now, of course, that means that there's a good chance, that there's another case somewhere around, right, that's going to have the opposite on the legendary hits, right? So we got the bad one here. So there's probably some good ones somewhere else. Though after opening one like this, man, Spark of Rebellion was so good. Was so good. And I said this earlier. I know a lot of you weren't here when I said this. But I think, the answer for me, I love to see. I like it when the answer for any set for a TCG, is it worth it to buy a case of the regular booster box product? To me, the answer for is it worth it to buy a box, is it worth it to buy a case, the answer should be yes. If the answer is not yes, then there's something, well, there's something that could be improved. Let's put it that way. That's how I feel. Like, to me, once the box opening experience becomes no, then it shouldn't be like the whole, like, it's a TCG. It should be yes, because that's what people are going to do. They're going to open boxes. You want it to really be something that feels worth it. And obviously that doesn't mean that every case is going to have the same result. Every box is going to have the same result. But you don't want your lows to be so low and your highs to be so high that the answer becomes no, it's not worth opening something. So we'll give you a quick look here. You know, again, so full case, 2 hyperspace foil rares. 2, right? When we look at the legendaries here, what if we sort them out? Maybe we'll sort them by color, a little bit easier to see everything. We have no hyperspace legendaries, foil or non. We have, we'll count the whole total and everything here. Once we get it sorted a little bit, we have 1 Devastator in the whole thing. Ouch. Ouch. And then we only got 3 foil legendaries. Planetary Bombardment, of course, helping out a decent bit there, but not not the wildness that you would hope for. Okay, so in the blue section, again, you definitely don't get an even spread, right, of things. So there we got a total of 6 in the blues. Lots of annihilation happening. Somebody make that card good, please. Somebody do it. And then we have in the greens, again, you're not going to get a nice even mix of things. So we got there's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 total legendaries at that point. Red. Well, at least we got a Devastator. Right? A lot of that one. Oh man, am I getting my things mixed up? So, what are we at? We're at 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I actually don't know if that's right. I've already forgotten. 6, 7, 8, 2, 9, 31, 32, 33, 34. That can't be right. I'll recount them all because my numbers they feel off. We should get about 30 of these. I guess if we got a couple extras, we wouldn't complain there. Only 1 Death Star plans, though. So here's the full spread of it. 1 case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Okay, so 32 we got slightly more than average. And still slightly more than average, no solos. No solos and no Vaders. Are those the only 2 I missed? I mean, I got a different pile over here, right? Let's see. Yeah, we didn't have any solos. Were there any of the cards that we just totally missed? Well, yeah, see, I do have some solos in some other places. So I do have solos for sale for people if they need one. But not from today's case, unfortunately. And then, yeah, beyond that, again, I showed you the rare hyperspace foils. Beyond that, you get a few here. There's just not as much, And going back to, I mean, this is a special one. You go back to set 1, and all of these rare hyperspace cards back in set 1 were like big power, big excitement. And obviously, I still love them. They're still cool, very fun to collect and look at. But you don't look to this pile for a whole lot of value anymore. So it's really, did you get a showcase? Did you get cool legendaries that helped you out? Your hyperspace foils? Even the rare pile. Like, I look at this rare pile now more as a pile of something for building playsets than I do as for, you know, anything else. So, and that's what it is. I am filling out a couple of playsets for people and needed some more rares to do that. So, there we go. That's a full case. That's the look. That's what you find. I'll let you make your own decision if you think it's worth it or not worth it. Though, of course, just one case is not the example for everything, right? You can see if I had opened at the end a Vader showcase, right, everything changes. Or, you know, if we'd opened a couple more Hans and some other, or Hans and Vaders, and then a different showcase, totally different experience, right? So there's probably a very, very nice looking case somewhere else that's hopefully not too far from this case. But that's what I got for you. If you guys do want any play sets or anything, again, I do have a couple common, uncommon ones on the website listed. Otherwise, if you want a different one, you can request it from me, and I'll see if I have enough rares and legendaries to put it together for you. Or hyperspace cards. I know a bunch of you are looking for those. So that's what we got today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out on a totally random stream. We'll see you next time. Peace.